So much is going through my head right now. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to have made it here. You have no idea how much I've tried to get to this location, and it's like every time I try to get here, something happens. And I know I got the camera over there. I didn't. Again, this ain't about having a good view of myself for this video, because in the end, I am not what's important here, right? These videos ain't for me. These videos ain't to glorify me. These videos is to bring light to the one and only, our Savior, King of Kings, Jesus Christ. But let me walk you through what I found upon finally being able to get here. Man, they have the tablets back here, but it's so beautiful. It's so beautifully placed that it's like, if you don't seek, you could drive by and see this big old cross, right? But it's like the way I'm receiving it, it's like if you don't come and seek him, you'll never come and see these 10 commandments. If you don't come and put in the effort to seek him, you'll never see that right behind this cross has another cross that says, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." You know what I'm saying? But with no further ado, because the enemy has tried a lot today, and I just realized my phone's about to die. So I just want to get right into the scriptures, man. I just wanted that fresh air, get it off, because, man, I was falling asleep. I was getting sick. I was feeling nauseous. And it's like on the whole way here, it was a million things telling me, man, just go home, do it tomorrow. Just go home, do it tomorrow. But boy, is it a blessing to be here right now, finally. And with no further ado, we are in, and I hope you guys can hear me. As you guys can see, I don't have the Beats no more on my head. I bought some wireless mics I'm testing out right now. I'd say the phone's probably about what? I want to call it 30 yards away from me, maybe. 30, 35 yards, maybe 40. I don't know. More like 30 though. See if it picks up the audio great. It is a one take. I won't know until I don't get back to the phone. And by the time I get back to the phone, it's probably dead. I'm seeing that it's shaking a little bit. I pray, God, you can hold down these winds till at least we get through this video. But with no further ado, let's get into his presence, man. Let's get into his word. Genesis 12. Now the Lord said to Abram, go from your country and your kindred and your father's house to the land that I will show you, and I will make you a great nation, and I will bless you and make your name great, so that you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and him who dishonors you I will curse. And in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed. So Abram went as the Lord had told him, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he departed from Haran. And Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their possessions that they had gathered, and the people that they had acquired in Haran. And they set out to go to the land of Canaan, right? Canaan, I believe. When they came to the land of Canaan, Abram passed through the land to the place of at Shechem, I believe that's how you say it, Shechem, to the oak of Mori. At that time, the Canaanites were in the land. Then the Lord appeared to Abram and said, to your offsprings I will give this land. So he built there an altar to the Lord, who had appeared to him from there. He moved to the hill country on the east of Bethel and pitched his tent, with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. And there he built an altar to the Lord. and called upon the name of the Lord. And Abram journeyed on, still going towards the Negeb. Now there was a famine in the land. So Abram went down to Egypt to sojourn, I believe. There, for the famine was severe in the land. When he was about to enter Egypt, he said to Sarai, his wife, I know that you are a woman, beautiful in appearance, and when the Egyptians see you, they will say, this is his wife. Then they will kill me, but they will let you live. Say you are my sister, that it may go well with me because of you, and that my life may be spared for your sake. When Abram entered Egypt, the Egyptians saw that the woman was very beautiful. And when the princes of Pharaoh saw her, they praised her to Pharaoh. And the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house, and for her sake he dealt with Abram. And he had sheep, oxen, male donkeys, male servants, female donkeys, and camels. But the Lord afflicted Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abram's wife. So Pharaoh called Abram and said, what is this you have done to me? Why did you not tell me that she was your wife? Why did you say she is my sister, so that I took her for my wife? Now then, here is your wife, take her and go. And Pharaoh gave men orders concerning him, and they sent him away with his wife and all that he had. Genesis 13. So Abram went up from Egypt, he and his wife and all that he had, and Lot with him, into the Negeb. Now Abram was very rich in livestock, in silver, and in gold. And he journeyed on from the Negeb as far as Bethel, to the place where his tent had been at the beginning. But Bethel and Ai, to the place where he had made an altar at first. There Abram called upon the name of the Lord. And Lot, who went with Abram, also had flocks and herds and tents, so that the land could not support both of them dwelling together, for their possessions were so great that they could not dwell together. And there was strife between the herdsmen of Abram's livestock and the herdsmen of Lot's livestock. At that time, the Canaanites and the Perizzites were dwelling in the land. Then Abram said to Lot, let there be no strife between you and me, and between your herdsmen and my herdsmen, for we are kinsmen. It is not the whole land before you separate yourself from me? If you take the left hand, and I will go to the right, or if you take the right hand, then I will go to the left. And Lot lifted up his eyes and saw that the Jordan Valley was well watered everywhere, like the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, in that direction of Zor. This was before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. So Lot chose for himself all the Jordan Valley, and Lot journeyed east. Thus they separated from each other. Abram settled in the land of Canaan, where Lot settled among the cities of the valley, and moved his tent as far as Sodom. Now the men of Sodom were wicked, great sinners against the Lord. The Lord said to Abram, after Lot had separated from him, lift up your eyes and look for the place where you are, northward and southward and eastward and westward, For all the land that you see, I will give to you and to your offsprings forever. I will make your offsprings as dust of the earth, so that if one can count the dust of the earth. Oh, I feel that. I feel that. Hold on. Let me say, I feel that. It's getting very windy. Yeah, hold on. Let me bring it back. Let's take it back. Will make your offspring as dust of the earth, so that if one can count the dust of the earth, your offsprings also can be counted. Arise, walk through the length and the breadth of the land, the breadth of the land, for I will give it to you. So Abram moved his tent and came and settled by the oaks of Mamre, which are at Hebron, and there he built an altar to the Lord. Let's go on to 14. I'm hoping the camera is still active, but if not, it doesn't matter. I'm still gonna read the word. Let's go to 14. In the days of Amraphel, king of Shinar, Arioch, king of Elazar, Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, and Tidal, king of Goim. These kings made war with Bera, king of Sodom, Bersha, king of Gomorrah, Shinab, king of Admah, Shember, king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, that is Zor. And all these joined forces in the valley of Siddim, that is the Salt Sea. 12 years they had served Chedorlaomer, but in the 13th year they rebelled. In the 14th year, Chedorlaomer and the kings who were with him came and defeated the Rephaim in Ashtaroth, Karnaim, the Zuzim in Ham, the Emim in Shaveh, Kiriathaim, and the Herodes in their hill country of Seir, as far as El Paran, on the border of the wilderness. Then they turned back. And came to Mishpat, that is Kadesh, and defeated all the country of the Amalekites, and also the Amorites, who were dwelling in Hazazon Tamar. Then the king of Sodom and the king of Gomorrah, the king of Admah, the king of Zeboim, the king of Bela, that is Zar, went out, and they joined battle in the valley of Siddim with Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, Tidal, king of Goim, Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arioch, king of Elazar. 4 kings against 5. Now the valley of Siddim was full of bitumen pits, and as the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled, some fell into them. Some fell into them, and the rest fled to the hill country. So the enemy took all the possessions of Sodom and Gomorrah and all their provisions and went their way. They also took Lot, the son of Abraham's brother, who was dwelling in Sodom, and his possessions and went their way. Then one who had escaped came and told Abram the Hebrew, who was living by the oaks of Mamre, the Amorite, brother of Eshcol and of Aner. These were allies of Abram. When Abram heard that his kinsmen had been taken captive, he led forth his trained men, born in his house, 318 of them, and went in pursuit as far as Dan, and he divided his forces against them by night, he and his servants, and defeated them and pursued them to Hobah, north of Damascus. 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 Then he brought back all the possessions and also brought back his kinsman's lot with his possessions and the woman and the people. After his return from the defeat of Chedorlaomer and the kings who were with him, the king of Sodom went out and met him at the valley of Shaveh, that is the king's valley. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought out bread and wine. He was priest of God Most High. And he blessed him and said, Blessed be Abram by God's Most High, possessor of heaven and earth, and blessed be God Most High, who has delivered your enemies into your hands. And Abram gave him a tenth of everything. And the king of Sodom said to Abram, Give me the persons, but take the goods for yourself. But Abram said to the king of Sodom, I have lifted my hand to the Lord God Most High, possessor of heaven and earth. I would not take a thread or a sandal strap or anything that is yours, lest you should say, I have made Abram rich. I will take nothing but what the young men have eaten, and the share of the men who went with me. Let Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre take their share. Let's go to 15. After these things,